Granola Lola. Folks, today I'm going to be making a very simple granola treat on this, what they call a stormy day. It isn't a stormy day. They canceled the schools. It's crazy. I'll show you a little bit. It's to me, a stormy day is a day with high winds and lots of snow. I think, if you want to know what I think, is that the schools get so many snow days a year, and it's sort of a use it or lose it kind of thing. If you're asking me, I remember 11 years ago when we moved here, 11 winters ago, it was the harshest winter. We had 6 weeks of winter. 6 weeks of snow days in that winter, and this is nothing like those days. So let me just firstly welcome you to my humble off-grid homestead on this so-called stormy day. And let me set the camera so you can see what I put in it. You can do whatever you want in it, and I don't really follow any recipes, as you know by now, but this is what I do, and I hope you enjoy the video more than maybe the actual recipe. Again, I'm not offering the recipe. Let me just change the angle of the camera. How's that? Why is it, okay, get this chair back. So here we go. 4 cups of oatmeal. Actually, let me show you. Oh, there's my cup. Let me show you what my, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid for any of this. I pay full price for everything, but I'm just trying to show you what the kind I use. It's called Boreal and Organic. Let me see, read it. Organic quick oat flakes. Right? Wait, did I say flour? Am I doing flour? I'm doing 4 cups of oatmeal first. But let me do the flour first. The same company makes flour. Boreal Premium Organic Non-Bleached All-Purpose Flour. Okay, let me do the flour first. 2 cups of it. I already have half a cup here. It's at the end of the box. That's why I can lift it, because usually it's a lot more. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I got 2 cups in there. Well, I'll use what I got. That's 1 cup. And let me see. There isn't another cup. But you know what? I'm just going to use what I got. I don't want to open another bag just yet. What I do with these bags, I use them to store my garlic when I harvest the garlic, and or use it as a fire starter for a wood-fired cook stove. There's the flour. All right. Now I need 4 cups of. Oh, is this not open yet? Don't I have one that's open? It is open. It is open. 4 cups of this stuff. Lovely stuff. Can you see? 1, 2, 3. Basically, this whole thing is. Close this. I don't want to. But if you ever have any cinnamon sticks, you can put them in your bag to make your. Why isn't this closing now? I'll close it. after I'm done. You don't have to hear it. Oh, yeah, put it in your flour so it'll smell good. You know, anything that would star, anise, cloves, whatever that I like cinnamon, so I would like to put some. I have to find my cinnamon sticks. That's a new bag. Okay, I have some shredded coconut, and in it, I'm going to add nothing special. I prefer organic. This one is not organic, so, but I love it. Okay, I forgot to say, if you put your shredded coconut now, it'll burn. But if you want it chewy, add it after. So I'm gonna add this after. I forgot. Sorry, my apologies. Here's my same for your raisins. These guys also organic California, but before that, I'm going to put some oil into my what is it? What I have on the stove. Oh, about 3/4 cups. And you've seen this same organic coconut oil. Yeah, I'm not advertising for these people, just showing you. Okay, well that's on the stove. Let's get on with the rest of it. Now I'm not using, I don't have chocolate chips, but I use bricks. So, if I can just put this away for a minute. Look at my, what I use for chocolate chip. This is this Belgium milk chocolate. I mean, we use our dark chocolate for other kind of baking, or just eating it just as it is. But for baking, I prefer to use milk chocolate. So I'll just use about this much, whatever this works out to be. And how I do it is, if you were to use your serrated bread knife, and you just cut it into chunks. They don't have to be small because they will either melt anyway, or so a piece that's about yay big, when it starts this big, where am I going? Here. By the time it melts, it will be smaller, so it may look big, but and then you have all these little pieces too anyway, so don't worry about having. Okay, this one's maybe a little too big. Oops, well that didn't work, but that's okay. That I don't mind having some big chunks as you're eating it. Yeah, some of them actually are a little big, but they don't have to. You don't have to be like shredding them. Chocolate. Okay, let me just put this in the. Yeah, and if you put them in the Oh, geez, I forgot to do this too. I don't, I haven't, you know what it is? Let me get down so you can see me. Where are you? You know what it is? What it is that this is my first batch of granola for this year. So I've forgotten all these things, all the, what not to do. And so like coconuts and raisins, you don't want to put your chocolate in right away. So I do it in two batches because they'll melt, and yeah, your granola will look nice and chocolatey in color, but you won't have chunks to eat. So now we did this, but we're not putting it in yet. Oh, that's funny. So you see, you're getting the show here for free. You thought you came here for a recipe. If you like flex seeds, let me go get it. That's good too. This is the kind of flex seed that I use. Again, I'm not advertising for these people, but I may already have some that I ground up the other day for a different purpose in my old-fashioned grinder. No, I don't have any. Well, that's okay. It was used. Somebody used it. That's not a problem. We'll do some. Let me show you. You know what they look like. All right. So I'm just putting a little bit. Sometimes you can substitute flex seeds for oil, just like banana would. Sometimes I go back the other way to make sure that nothing's stuck. Now you can put wheat germ in this if you like, but I don't have any or particularly care for it. You'll know you're coming to the end when you can use one finger to turn this handle. I'm not there yet, but see how easy it was turning. And just to show you how fine I did it. Isn't that gorgeous? Add that to your dry mix. Now I'm going to go and get some baking soda and salt. Baking soda. No, oh, here, the salt's over here. Jeez. Measuring cups. Now, folks, if you want to, change the measurements of salt, you can. Some people don't believe in salt at all. I can't not have salt. This is our baking soda, organic baking soda. 2 teaspoons. Boy, even with my glasses, that's a teaspoon. 2 of these guys. Flat. and half of salt. What is that? Half of sea salt. Every time I add something here, I give it a little mix. Okay, I'm just gonna go get now, remember I said where did I hear this? You put in what you like in it. I like a lot of cinnamon, especially at this time of year. That's my cinnamon. If you put too much, it might get bitter. It smells really good. We need spices at this time of the year. Well, everything's so sterile and okay. Now for sweetener, you can use I use brown sugar and honey. So I get my brown sugar in my wet mix. If I can find it. There it is. I like brown sugar because it also gives me a sort of a molasses. Oh man, it's hardened. Sort of a molasses taste too. Oh man. Well, I'm loosening it, sort of like clay, like artist clay, but it'll loosen over there in the bowl with the my wet ingredients, which is my coconut oil, if you remember, and I put some honey in there. You can't see because you're over here. Okay, this is here's a half a cup. I'll use that one. Alright, I mean, no matter how tight I make this, it still hardens. But anyway, oops. You don't need any eggs, you don't need any bananas in there. I mean, you could, but then you have to eat them really fast, you know. You don't need any yogurt. I guess you can eat this with yogurt. And this might be, maybe a bit, that's fine. What I'm going to do now is, where's my dish? See this dish here? What I'm going to do now, I'm going to pour this into my dish. This is a 3-quart, 8 by 6. Boy, can't even read it. Anyway, I'm just going to put this in, just with as it is. Oh no, what am I saying? I gotta add my wet ingredients. Where did I put it? What I have to do is I have to mix the wet ingredients with the whisk. I wanted to spare you the sound of the metal hitting metal, but I don't want you to think that I forgot about you when I left you. So what's in here is honey, coconut oil, and brown sugar. What I have to add still to it is vanilla. Let me put it in here. It's hot. And I want to add the vanilla last because I don't want it to evaporate. Because it's basically just vodka and vanilla. We make our own. Ooh, I love it. We make our own from grade B Madagascar vanilla beans. And I'll show you one day how I do that too. I like to be able to smell the vanilla, and I'm not really smelling it as much as I would like to, so I'm going to add more. It's really so lovely to have your own vanilla, because vanilla extract is so expensive otherwise if you're not making your own. Smell it better, but you know that, yeah, I'm gonna add a bit more. That brown sugar is the molasses smells so strong. Better, but I would have liked more. But anyway, so now I'm going to add this to that. My dry to wet. And I'll show you how to mix it too. Or I shouldn't say I should. I'm going to show you how to. I'm sure you know how to do it. I'm going to show you how I do it. You go away now. So you go a quarter turn. You mix and you turn the bowl a quarter turn. I keep saying you. I. Ooh. I just do this till the whole thing is mixed. I don't want to see any flour or oats not at least have a little bit of a wetness to it. But I mean, you probably can't get all of it, but it is what it is. Alright. Now I'm going to dump it in here. Okay, that's that. Don't waste anything. Okay, now set there quietly. These lumps, if you're seeing these lumps, some big chunks, it's okay. This granola, I would like to even be able to eat this just with my hands. I don't even want to have to worry about using spoons or anything. And this is fine. You get some chunks and lumps are fine. But so what I do is try to get some or more closer to the edges, because the edges are always where they get drier and hotter, and whereas the middle always stays more moist and I don't want to say raw, but not as dry. And I like my granola more on the crunchy side. So now I'm going to put this in the oven, and then I'm going to mix what goes in later in that bowl, and I'll show you what goes in later. Excuse me, I'll put this in the oven and come back. So, do you remember this chocolate that I cut into bits of, how can I put this? Chunks? That goes in. Okay, let me get rid of that board. And then, do you remember me saying that I wanted to put, I try to remember to put my other ingredients in there later. And my other ingredients are the chocolate chunks, raisins. Oh, this one's not open yet. Oh, I must have finished the other one. So like a half a cup of raisins. Smells so good, fresh. Oh wow, fresh bag is always. Oh man, smell it. So half a cup. I say half a cup, roughly. A little bit more than half a cup. Don't panic. I'll close that after when you're not looking. Now, if there are any chunks, get your hands in there. Because clusters of raisins can be very sweet. And I want them spread out so they can all burn a little bit, sort of like caramelize. But if they're in chunks, they won't because they're all stuck together. And now, I'm going to do half a cup of that shredded coconut. Yeah, that smells really heavenly too. Even though it's not really organic, or maybe a little bit more. And this will help keep your mixture moist. Organic pumpkin seeds, shelled, roasted, and salted. I mean, you use whatever you got. This I would like to do more than a half. That's a half a cup, more than half a cup. I love it. So it's really good for you. Now I have a cup, and I wonder if a cup is enough. So I'm mixing this. This is what I call the later batch. Because if all these, any of these go in now, they're burned. And I mean, there's a difference between the fine line between burnt ingredients and caramelized ingredients. And nobody really tells you that when you have to learn that from yourself. So, what do you think? What more do you think I should put in there? I just like pumpkin seeds so much. I think I'll do another sort of a half a cup. And unfortunately, that's salty, and these people are very generous with their salt. So that's it for now. What's going to happen now is that the mixture that I put in the oven right now is going to be there for, you can ask how long do you leave it for? Well, I don't really. What I do is that I go back and forth and check on it. Sort of like every time I check to see what the fire is like in the firebox. And so when I check that, I check my mixture too, and with my spatula, I just give it a light stir so that everything that's that's on the bottom is on the top now. What's on the side is in the middle, and everything gets rotated a little bit. And once I see that it's getting kind of dry, it's not burnt or caramelized yet, it's just looking a bit dry, that's when I add this mixture to it, and then I stir it again. And I probably stir it again one more time with the stuff with these guys in it, just to make sure that all of these pumpkins get roasted too a bit, pumpkin seeds get roasted too. And that's basically it. And it's done. And I just take it out. And now what I do, because you can turn that into granola bars, and depending on how thick you want them. But what I do is I just use my spoon or a fork to roughly cut them into chunks, sort of thing, that can be bite-sized, that you can pick up, just munch on, sort of thing, without having to use a spoon. Of course, some don't bind together and become loose, and that's what you eat with yogurt. And we have organic vanilla yogurt too. That's good with that, and you can add some more of your, if you like, more of your vanilla extract again drizzle some on top. Oh, that would be gorgeous, and it would smell really good too. Anyway, I will talk to you again when that's ready to come out of the oven. All right, folks, we're back. I just want to show you. So I baked this just by itself. So all this is sugar, honey, salt, cinnamon, flax seeds, ground flax seed, oats, and coconut oil. So now to that I'm going to add this mixture that I told you I would add later. Because I don't want it burning and melting to unrecognition. Okay, so now I'm mixing this part, and once I mix this, it goes back in the oven for, I don't know how long, don't ask me, until I see it getting nice and golden. You will see the shredded coconut getting nice and toasted, and that is usually the time that you can take it out of the oven and let it rest. And while it's resting, it doesn't stop cooking, because there's still a lot of heat left in here. Oh look, the size of it almost doubled. Again, push, I say push, I like to push more of the mixture to the sides and the corners, because that's where a lot of the heat is, whereas the middle can get kind of squishy and soggy. Alright,